Do you think you could let your teenage daughter have Botox?
That photo there is chilling. That made me feel a bit sick.
It looks like Frankenstein, doesn't it?
Well, putting how he looks to one side, mainly for worries of litigation, what do you think about the whole idea of... I mean, you've got girls. When would you... What about now? Never mind when they're 18.
I'd be traumatised if they did. They're beautiful girls, and everyone wants their face to move. I can't understand all this boat. Just have a fringe. Just put your hair like that over your face. Just let that little... That's what I do. It's much easier and less painful as well. And it don't cost nothing. Just a good haircut.
But also, what's he saying to her? What's he saying to his 18-year-old daughter? That your worth is lost once you look older. I mean, it's just the most appalling message to give a young woman that she should just be telling, be smart, be brave, be kind, be all these other things. And you're injecting her without her choice. I don't believe that's her choice.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, for somebody to decide themselves that they want to have it over, you know, a certain period of time in their life is one thing, but that's almost like a parent advocating it, and that's a whole different thing. And at that age, I mean, I don't know if you remember, in 2010, there was a girl, I've got the notes here, Hannah Burge. She was 16 at the time, and her mother was giving her Botox. Yeah. And Hannah said here, I don't want to look haggard by the time I'm 25.
What are we saying if we're saying that at 18 you've got to start already panicking about being an older woman, because the worst thing in the world is to be an older woman, where actually the best thing is to be an older woman. Yeah. So much is going down. That message.
And again, you know, just balancing it out in terms of, you know, he may well be saying you are wonderful, you are smart, you're clever, you're intelligent, you're going to go on and conquer the world. However, if you do this, because this is seen as a preventative measure rather than trying to fix something along the
wrinkle
line.
isn't a disease. We don't need to prevent it, do we?
Yeah.
No, I hear what you're saying, but a lot of the reasons that younger people have Botox is to even stop their faces wrinkling in the first place, rather than trying to freeze wrinkles once they've happened. You're all looking at me like I've gone mad. I've read it in the papers. I know this is true.
Well, I mean, there are instances where Botox is used medically, for example.
Yep.
So with Bell's palsy,
Yep.
and I think some children with cerebral palsy, you know, it stops twitches and stuff. And I think even sometimes with migraines.
I've heard
so
that.
Mine in my teeth.
It has medically.
You have
it's an
Botox
amazing...
in your teeth?
Yeah, to stop my teeth grinding. I have it put in here. Yeah.
Is it just because your teeth grind, or because you want to look a certain way as well?
No, because I'm losing my teeth from grinding my teeth so badly and stuff. But anyway, I digress. But
that's
my
really
choice.
interesting. I didn't
That's
even
my
know you
choice.
could do that.
Medical reasons, I understand why people are having it done, because people that have got weak bladders and, like, leak and things, they can have Botox done. They can, my friend. We've got Botox down below. Medically, it stopped leaking, you know, like... She don't need just henna ladies anymore.
But these are all choices made by an informed choice made by adult women. And 18, when I think of my 18-year-old stepdaughters, and yeah, I mean, they're blossoming into young women, but they are going to be very influenced by an older man saying, OK, what we need to do. What is that telling them about themselves? We need to inject away any possibility of anything of your life showing on your face. I think it's appalling.
It's a funny old thing, though, isn't it? Because we were talking about this earlier this morning, and I was thinking, well, you know, I would never say anything to... I mean, I had Botox when I was 48. I had a natural... I suddenly realised my natural expression when my face was rested. I had these two massive... So I had a tiny bit of Botox either side to get rid of these two frown lines. Yeah. And I've never needed... That was, I think, 2-3 years ago, and I've never needed it since, because my face relaxed to the extent that they're not sort of there.
What if your daughter came?
So I now can frown normally, but when my face is relaxed, I don't sort of look cross all the time. Yeah. But I would never advocate it to my daughter. But then, of course, my daughter is going through hell and back with orthodontics. My 13-year-old, you know, she's got... she's on her third brace. They're extracting teeth because there's a problem with... Well, that's a medical thing, actually. They're stuck in the bone. But even so, I thought, actually, that's cosmetic.
Yeah,
in a way, you know, there's a lot of braces around, and that's cosmetic.
I don't even think about that.
Why is that different, maybe, than But then I think a wrinkle.
Well, no, but you're
That's
right.
injecting
Actually, I've never
poison,
thought...
isn't it? Poison Botox. I don't know what it is that they inject into them, but isn't it poisonous?
Well, it's a form of.
No,
yeah,
but isn't the question that we're asking, are we sort of living some vicariously through our children, our own vanity by proxy on our child? So I've never thought of it like that.
I suppose though a brace is just an attachment that moves things around. It's not actually putting something into the body. That's the
She's still going through a big procedure, as is my daughter, Maddie, with her brace. It's still a big procedure that is cosmetic, because teeth are to chew meat and to well enough so you can swallow it. Why we get their teeth fixed is because cosmetically it doesn't look right.